Rabbit ears. There are 2 rabbit ears. This one's only not even a quarter mile. And then there'll be another one that'll send us in some jumps that I really enjoyed last time we were here. I'm not sure I can do them this time, but I'll still take you down it. Swamp, over there to the left, rider's left. That's cool. You can hit this as a drop or a roll. I'm gonna roll it. And that's it. I'm just gonna roll you right on into the second rabbit ear, since this one was so short. Yeah. So this is the second one, and this one spits you out on some really nice jumps. I was really having a great time on them last time, clearing them and getting a tiny bit of style, but I'm kind of afraid to do them right now with my back, but still can roll down them. This is new. They just added this little tabletop here. Those 2 tabletops. Neat high corners there. You get your speed. Get up super high on that. You can roll this or drop it. And then this is when you're gonna have a little tech climb on an acoustic bike. On an e-bike, you just have to kind of pay attention so you don't do something silly like I did yesterday. These are all kinds of seashells in here. There's a whole bunch of seashells. It's the first time I've ever noticed that. That was gravel. All right, so when things are running right, you just want to really rock and roll this section to get the speed you need for the jumps. I'm probably going to intentionally case it. Yeah, and so they got a really nice landing right there, and ooh, you got to get out of this steep sand. And so you can see it's a good place to hang out. There's a picnic table there, and good place to watch. One-way exit. All right, we're getting ready to hit Franken Stairs. I think it used to be a single black, but I imagine they turned it into a double black because people weren't able to make the stairs and ending up in the swamp. This one's a really cool one because you do get right down by the swamp, and if you don't do a nice descent and corner, you can very easily end up into it. They've kind of mellowed this entrance out some. It used to be a little bit more techy. It was actually harder than the actual Franken Stairs, but yeah, let's get it done. Yeah, this is definitely a tech climb for sure. Requires some commitment. I took the sissy line on that. Feel a little guilty there, but I certainly don't want to stall out almost all the way to the top and fall backwards. I have to put my back on my foot back. That's hard on the old back. That was kind of crappy. All right, here's the stairs. You can see the swamp. Isn't that awesome? The key on those stairs, front brake, obviously front and rear, all the way down until you make the corner, and you let off the front brake and lean the bike with the, you got it, outside hand. Yeah, I screwed up that drop. at the top. It would have been big. I'd have gone over the bars on that. I didn't go fast enough and stomp with my feet hard enough so that rear wheel hung up. But it was a small drop, so no harm, no foul. Not sure what this is. An old bash guard on there. That's actually made to be a hook, but looks like it's pretty harsh landing, so I roll it. Yeah, so there you go. There's Franken Stairs. Well, while we're here, I'm just going to take you over so you can see the swamp gap. The old swamp gap was a lot cooler, a lot bigger, a lot higher risk, and I totally get why they made the new one, because the new one, you have some progression leading up to it, and it becomes obvious to you if you can't hit the jumps before it, then you can't do the swamp gap. And so I like what they did. So to get the swamp gap, you got to do these you know, black lines over here, and I'll show it to you down at the bottom. So it's definitely a smart move the way they changed it. A lot safer, but I did like the old one better. It looked way cooler because you can see where the new one, so the old one, I'm pretty sure was somewhere in here, jumping all the way over and landing underneath that branch of that huge oak tree. And so as you can see, you know, oh look, there's a gator right there. Ah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't seen a gator here for a long time. Do you see it? It's kind of disguised right there. It's right on that. His nose is moving right now. It's a small one. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm glad I came down here because I hadn't seen a gator here in years. Yeah. So now, you know, you're just basically gapping a little bit of the swamp and a bridge. But yeah, kudos to the builders. They did a great job making it safer for out-of-towners. Because if you're not making any of the big stuff above this, you know that you can't make the swamp. Whereas before, there was nothing before it, and it's just like a aim and shoot. And you have to be a pretty darn good rider to know whether or not you can hit something like that. So awesome. I'm glad I came down here. Come down to see this alligator. Yep, just ran right off. That's awesome. I'm glad I finally got to see one. Such a tourist. Bridges, single black. If I remember correctly, this one's not hard, it's just fun. A lot of really neat cornering. There's the old bridge off to the right there. Oh, this is a different trail than I remember. It may be harder than I thought. It's like an old line there to the right that has been abandoned. What do we got here? You roll this. Oh yeah. No hook to flat because of the back. Power roll those bad boys. There's an old line right there. Used to be the main line. Swamp off to the left. Get the old line. New lines are usually smoother and faster. Old lines are usually pretty hard here because they're pretty beaten up and a lot of tall roots. Like the way they use the paving stones here. Been to some bike parks that really like the paving stones as well. It's pretty cool. Place to pull off and get a snack there. And then, oh yeah, there's all kinds of jumps and drops through here. I remember that now. This would be one that I'm sure the locals have dialed which gear to be in for which bike, which ramp to hit, and getting tall, which one absorbing it, kind of scrubbing it. When you're out of town, from out of town, you don't have any of it memorized, even if you've ridden it before. Which in some ways is more fun. You can always go back and ride it again. It doesn't get boring to you. Oh, yeah. Trail systems like this are usually pretty darn good about making sure everything is rollable, but erosion changes things quickly. Yeah, so that was bridges.